Welcome back. We're here at the Belletetes showroom in Andover, and joining me now is John Howe. He is the assistant manager and head buyer of the Andover Belletetes, and he's going to tell us about the We Build It Forward campaign. Hi, thanks so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
September 26th.
September 26th. The We Build It Forward program is a project that was started with R.P. Johnson. We're just over 5 years on it, and it's a project that we go around to different communities, different homes, people that can't afford, can't budget, or physically can't do a project such as build a handicap ramp, fix a porch, a roof, stack wood. It can be all sorts of...
Not just hammer and nails.
Right, and I have a list here of potential projects just for us in this area here, and we have just under 20 so far. And just under 20, and there's just under 40 for the whole Belletetes community.
Right, it's going across seven of the locations.
All
this
7
year.
locations. We started this with R.P. Johnson, and when they purchased us, they thought that was a great idea. 2 of the Belletetes took it on last year, and it did very well. They were pleased with how it was received.
Yeah.
And so now the rest of the Belletetes stores are going to be doing that as well. And I'm sure, since we just purchased A&B Lumber down in Concord, that will be a part of their whole project as well, hopefully next year.
Good. Well, getting back to the certain projects, I think a lot of people think, well, I can't operate a saw, I can't do that. But it's not always that. You've got painting and, like you said, stacking wood, and sometimes it's just cleaning out sheds and things like that. Absolutely.
And it's not anything that you have to have a certain skill quality, or even you know, young kids can help out as well. There is a waiver to sign for under 16-year-old.
Okay.
You can't climb on a roof if you're under 18 years old. But for the most part, it's you know, anybody that wants to volunteer, you can go out there, and there's going to be a project for you. We've had you know, 20 people at a project, because you need to stack 5-6 cords of wood in a day. In
an hour,
and that's another thing too. It's just a one-day project on that September 26th, and we will arrange. Every project has a head leader. It could be one of our local contractors, which quite often happens. A lot of them get involved with this. A lot of our store managers, and we're all getting involved in this whole thing as well.
I love it because it's so local. You're just helping your neighbors. You can feel so good about that.
Right, and well, when we first started, I remember the first year that we did something down in Sutton 5 years ago or so. We had a local couple. Pretty old, couldn't do too much on their own, and they were living in a you know, nice little house, but you could tell they were having a hard time keeping things up, and they needed a handicap ramp. And the handicap ramp was built. We have another one this year that we need to build as well. And that handicap ramp, after we finished it, it was a pretty long project. It took us from 6 in the morning till 6 that night. But when we finally got it all done, because of how it was set up, when we finished it all, the lady that really needed, the lady of the house that really needed the handicap ramp, opened the door and came out and very cautiously came down the handicap ramp, smile on her face. She couldn't believe it. And she got out, and she had a walker, of course, too. Went across to the post office, and tears in her eyes, turned to us and said, "Thank you. I haven't been out to the mailbox in 2 years."
Oh, gosh. That's a
her husband had been taking care of her the whole time.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful. You can see it right there in your own community. Great. But you can't do these projects unless you have volunteers. So people really need to get on right now, get in touch with Sue Johnson. We've got her information up on the screen. And make sure you sign up, because you can only do as many projects as you have volunteers for.
Right. And I mean, right now we don't have enough volunteers for the projects that we have listed here.
Good. Good. Well, good. Well, thanks for everything you do, and that's wonderful. Best wishes that day.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.